Hi Dad. So, where are we going?
We are on our way to Bolton. Why are we heading to Bolton, Jack?
To get the ultra premium collector celebrations box.
That's right. Yesterday I went to 2 different Smiths and 3 different game stores. All of them had none. I looked on Amazon, I was online, I asked of my friend who has like bot software, he couldn't get hold of one. But Smith's website says that there's 5 in Bolton, 6 in Salford, and they're both next to each other. So I'm hoping with your help, Jack, and Tyler in the back, say hello Tyler.
Hello.
I'm hoping between the 3 of us we can at least get 1, ideally 2, for us to open, so we can open 1 on the live stream and keep 1 sealed. But it's going to be tough because it's now 6:30 in the morning. Smiths don't open up till 9. We have to do an hour-and-a-half drive there. Hopefully we're going to get there an hour early and we can start queuing up, because yesterday people were queuing up from 7:30 to get the stuff before the stores open. So hopefully today we're going to be those people. So yeah, we'll see later.
We've come to the shop to try and find the ultra premium collection box, and we are the 9th customer and they only have 8 boxes, so there's a really high chance we don't get one.
Right, so we drove all the way to Bolton, but there's a queue outside Smith's. Now, the guys at the front, they've been there since 6:15, and I think they're genuine. I said, are you guys going to all open these, or are you just making profit? Because I'll just buy one off you right here and now for profit. And they said, no, we all want to open it. But they're at the end of the queue here. They all joined the queue once they saw a queue forming, and they were like, oh. But the managers come out and said, we've got 8 boxes in stock, but the website's only showing 5. And it's going to be first come, first serve. So we got there and we were the 9th person. So he said, sorry guys, you're not going to get one. But for some reason, the people are still queuing up. Look, and you can see these 2 people, they've just come, so they're going to realise that actually it's sold out. And there's people in the car park that are just sitting in their cars. So it's crazy. What the guy was saying is, he said there's a store around here which is a bigger Smiths than this, but they didn't have any yesterday and they don't show any stock now. But yesterday what happened was at 9 AM all the website refreshed and all of a sudden they had loads of stock. He said everyone's come here because the website has shown it early. Apparently that's because one of the staff scanned the box that they were in last night before they finished, but you couldn't click pre-order on the website, so they've been in stock all night. So he said you could drive to this store called Berry and they may have some in stock when they open up at 9 o'clock. So we're going to go there and just give it an off chance whilst we're here anyway. It's only 20 minutes away. Yeah. And see what we get, so fingers crossed. Right, so we're going to have to give up on our little adventure to go and buy an ultra premium box. We went to Bolton, which was an hour-and-a-half away, to the Smiths. There was a queue of people. We were the 9th person there, but they had 8 boxes, and we were the 9th person. So we missed out on that by about 20 minutes. Then we've drove over to, where are we now? Bury. Yeah. Place called Bury, or Bury, and their Smiths have nothing. And then we went over to a game which had a huge display, Pokemon display out the front, but they haven't got any either. But we did manage to pick up, Jack's got a mini tin, ain't you, Jack?
Yeah, and it's got my favourite Pokemon on it, the Bulbasaur Squirrel.
What have you got out of your pack so far?
Alright, I'm just going to open the first pack.
Well then.
Alright, I got Dialga, Reshiram, Garchomp C level X.
Nice. Do you need that one?
Yeah, and a full art Pikachu.
Nice.
That is well cool.
So you got one of the reprints, which is awesome.
Right, second pack. Now I actually want one good pack that isn't broken, so I'm going to open it up. Right. Oh my god, that opened well fast. Right.
And for my second pack, we've got
Lugia, Reshiram, Kyogre. Oh my god! What? Golden Mew! What? Oh my god! We got Golden Mew.
You've already got one of them, haven't you?
Yeah,
so now you got two.
What? Oh my god! I can't believe I can finally trade.
Well, that was worth it for a tenner, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh my god! This is 60 quid. What? And a Garchomp level 8.
Is it 60 quid?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Searched up.
I don't know. Are you going to sell it? It don't matter then how much it is. But we did manage to get 2 of the Pikachu V boxes. We bought obviously a couple of those. We done a video. We opened up a couple for a video last night. So I've got 2 of them now. So I don't know what to do with them. But we'll see. But no ultra premium box. That means we're not going to get the metal cards. We're not going to get the gold cards. Unless we pay scalper prices. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a few more days before I get desperate down that sort of route. And see if any more come back in stock. So that's the end of our video for today. Do you want to say goodbye to the guys?
Bye. Oh,
See you
I can't
later.
believe I got a Golden Mew.
Yeah, well done, Jack. Well, hey guys, so that was our journey into trying to find a ultra premium box, and we was unsuccessful, which is a bit of a letdown. But whilst we were out, my son Jack and Tyler, they started asking me questions about scalpers, because I mentioned scalpers and scalping throughout the morning. Obviously when we saw loads of people queuing up, when we was outside game, there was a couple of us, although they had none in stock, but there was a couple of us queuing up and we were the first ones there. We were talking about scalping, and they started to ask me questions like, Dad, what is scalping and who is a scalper? What do scalpers look like? And I said, well, they could be anyone. And it made me think about, how do you explain to a young kid, like, you know, people are buying these products that have no intention or no interest into Pokemon whatsoever. They're buying it purely just to sell to people that are interested in Pokemon for a higher profit. And they couldn't quite get their head around it. They couldn't quite understand. So what we've done was, I've done a little social experiment, if you like. So I was trying to explain to them, they sort of almost had this perceived idea that, like, a scalper is a really evil person, like a dark, you know, like a menacing person. I don't know, like the way that they were going, oh my god, if I ever see a scalper, and I was like, well, I said, look, we could be scalpers, and they were like, why? We're going to open one up. And I said, yeah, but all it would take is for me to list, say, these Pikachu V boxes that I've got. All I'd have to do is list them on Facebook or on eBay for more money than what we paid for them. And they said, what, would people pay that? And I said, yeah. Now, obviously, a child's mind, or a young person's mind, is very simplistic. So sometimes some of the stuff they say is utterly like ridiculous and silly. Sometimes stuff that they say is so simplistic that it's almost beautiful. And they sort of said to me, well, why don't everyone just stop paying the scalper prices, and then there wouldn't be scalpers? So this got me thinking, how can I show this in a video format? How can I I've mentioned this before, if you haven't been watching my channel for a long time, about a year or so ago there was a PS5 shortage, and no one could get hold of any. Parents were really angry they couldn't get any for their kids for Christmas, but yet scalpers were putting on Facebook pictures of them with like 20 PS5, and people were saying, look, this is unfair, this is, you know. And even as far as the government, I've seen news articles about scalpers being almost demonized by the government, saying like, we need to have a crackdown, or there needs to be a stop on scalping. But without being a sort of almost dictatorship or communist country, how do you give people the freedom to do as they please, as long as it's within the boundaries of law, and say to them, no, you can't buy that and sell it for profit? How can you stop that or police that? And I don't think you can, because it's and this happens, in my opinion, in all walks of life. iPhones don't cost £1,500 to make. They probably cost in the region of 150 quid to make. But Apple do massive market research into what Western civilizations are willing to pay and Eastern civilizations. I know that when they went over to China, they had to reduce the price of the phones because China were used to paying like, $100 for like a decent smartphone. Then Apple went into the market and were like, yeah, ours is 1,000, and they dropped their price. Now at that point you could say, well, Apple were a scalper, but obviously they're a business, so that's deemed as, okay. If you look at oil, gold, Bitcoin, housing market, houses cost realistically, if you take out the land that it, whatever the cost of the land is, building a house costs something in the region of around 80 to 120,000 pounds. So why are houses 250,000? Why are they 300,000? Or why in London are they 700,000? And this is because someone's bought it and they feel that theirs is worth more than what they paid for it, and you could say that that's scalping as well. So anyway, I'm not trying to justify people scalping. That's not what this video is about. But it's also not about demonizing scalpers, because I feel that personally, they're just normal human beings, and a lot of them are millennials. They probably are on minimum wage in their job. They probably only earn 150 to 250 per week, and then they have an opportunity to make £200 profit on buying one item and then sticking it on eBay, which takes probably in the region of about 30 seconds. Why wouldn't they? Why? Just like, if you're watching this video and if you're comfortable enough in life where you're like, I wouldn't scalp because I can't be bothered with all the hassle, then that's great for you. But some people are really on, like, a lot of these scalpers I noticed were, but they all seem to be around 30 to 40 years old. So they're all people just trying to make their way in life. I noticed that a lot of them were people that didn't speak English, and some of them did speak English. But so there was a complete mixture of variety of people, but their day-to-day life, they're trying to earn a bit of extra money. Now, in other hobbies, obviously you guys know that I collect Formula 1 stuff. In this hobby, I've not heard anyone complain about scalper prices. I don't actually hear many people discussing the price of things going up or down at all. There's a few Facebook groups out there where in F1, and I'm not saying F1's perfect, it's not, but the sport card world just seems to get it. They just seem to get it. If the price of the box goes up, then they expect to pay more per card and that's why box breaks are so popular, because the prices of the boxes seem to spiral up and people can't get involved, that's why there's such a huge American culture for box breaks for sport cards. But everyone sort of accepts that, and you never, if I was to buy a box of something and then say, oh, I bought this for £20, oh look, they've gone up in price, £100. Everyone just accepts it. They're like, okay, cool, that's worth £100. Pokemon, on the other hand, is slightly different. So people seem to have a emotional tie to Pokemon in particular, where people want to buy as much product as they can, people want to open it, people want to collect it, they want to store it, and then they see these people come along that have no interest in the hobby whatsoever, but they're making money out of it. And that angers people. They get angry and they voice that opinion through social media and obviously probably in person as well. So I tried a little social experiment. I typically haven't got involved in scalping since I've been doing Pokemon videos. I've never really bought like sealed product. I've got a Champions Path ETB up there, but that's only in a thing because that was the very first set me and Tyler got into when we started this YouTube channel. So to me, that's something that holds sentimental value to me. I see a lot of people that buy cases, and what they'll do is they'll just buy the cases and that's it, and they'll just keep them, and they'll keep them for months and months and months. And then I see them come back round and they're like, oh, I've got Unified Mind case of booster box, and they'll sell it for crazy money, like crazy money. And I see them people They sell it and people are queuing up to buy it off them. They're like, yeah, can I have a box? Can I have a box? But people accept that because they're like, well, that's investing. So there's this grey area of you can buy something and you can make money on it as long as you've held it long enough. If you literally go to the shops to buy something and they're thus making it sold out, and then you try and sell it for profit too quickly, people get really angry. And that's because, I understand, because as you've just watched in those clips, I've just experienced it myself, and I've done this over many years. I remember queuing up for Final Fantasy VIII at Electronics Boutique. Smash the like button if you remember Electronics Boutique before it came game. I remember queuing up for Final Fantasy VIII when I was really young with my £40, and I wanted it for the PS1, and they were sold out there. And I remember people was telling me at school, oh, have you seen they're going for loads of money on eBay, people charging double. So this has been going on since the dawn of time. This has always happened. So why do people get so angry in Pokemon? I am going somewhere with this, and I believe the solution lies with all of us, but I'll get into that towards the end. I was just going to show my, because I know some of you will be watching this video purely just to look at Pokemon cards. You don't just want to see me talk. So this is my Celebrations collection so far. I've tried to collect 2 of every card, which I'm on my way to completing. Got the complete base set there. Now, what we done was I actually purchased Pikachu VMAX boxes, collections. I managed to get 3 from a game store in Doncaster, and then I managed to buy 2, as you saw in that clip, in a game store in Bury. Now, in the Doncaster one, I bought 3. They took 3 off the shelf, and then they replenished it with 8 more. And I said, oh, how many of them you got in total? And they said, oh, we got another 10. I said, oh, is there a limit to what I can buy? And they said, no, you can buy whatever you want, mate. Now, as well as the actual box, they were giving me one of these, the Sobble futsal card, 1 for every box that I bought. So I ended up with 3 of these because I bought 3 from Doncaster. And he said, do you want to buy any more? And I thought about it, and I was like, no, I'm okay. Now, the reason I thought that, I know I could have bought them, and that's not me showing off. I could have just cleared Doncaster out of all the Pikachu VMAX boxes, which is obviously my local area. But I literally thought to myself, the next kid, or, like 30, 40-year-old person that comes in wanting Celebrations, if I buy them all, they're not going to get it. And I don't know, that just didn't sit right with me personally. That's my personal choice. Not that I'm demonising anyone that does scalping, but that was just what went through my mind at the time. I said, no, it's okay, I'll just have these 3. And then I bought them with the pure intention of me and my 2 sons opening 1 each. That's what I thought. Now, we went home that night, and I actually gave one to my son Jack. He opened it up. I've got a video clip of it, which I'll try and insert here, just as proof. We opened them up really late at night, like 11 o'clock at night. And then I opened one up myself, and then my son Leo, he opened up some as well. Then we bought 2 more, and what I done was I actually took a picture, which again I'll show here. This is the Pikachu V boxes that I purchased, and what I done was, before me and my sons opened them, I took a picture with the date, because a lot of the Facebook groups, that's all you need. You just need to take a picture of the products that you've got it in hand, and you need to put your name and date, and that qualifies for. And you can charge whatever you want. So I looked at it, I looked on eBay, and I saw they were going for about 75 quid. Now, I could have sold these and made £20 profit off each one. But I thought, well, I wonder how far I can push it. So I actually put these up for £90 each. So almost double recommended retail price. Now, soon as I took these photos, I actually opened them up. Like me and my son. So there was never any chance that these were going to get sold. And I'll show you proof of that in a second. But me and my sons actually opened this up, and someone almost clocked on. They said, oh, how have you got, this Pikachu statue if you haven't opened them up? And I put, look, I'm gutted, me and my son couldn't get a Ultra box, but I managed to get these on my travels, looking at selling for 90 quid per box, including postage and GNS. Or I would trade for an ultra premium box. Now, if someone had messaged me saying, yeah, I'll swap all 3 of them for an ultra premium box, maybe things would be different. No money would exchange hands, or I'd probably have to pay money towards it. But, you know, if they had offered me that, I probably would. So I didn't really care about them selling it. But after I took this picture, me, Jack, and Leo, we opened these all up. So these are open. I don't have. All I have is the empty boxes somewhere around in the background. I've got the empty boxes, and I've got the statues to prove it here. So I never had any intention of selling these. So, but I knew that this would anger people. I knew that there would be conversation around the price of scalping and stuff like that, and that's what I wanted. I wanted conversation. So here is a folder that I have. I've got some images. So okay, so because I posted these Pikachu V boxes, now what I actually wanted to achieve was I actually wanted people to contact me and start negotiating with me. And what I wanted to say was, you know, why are you buying these? Like, you know, you can go and buy them from Game right now for £52. Why are you buying these from me at this price? Because it's my belief that although we demonise the scalpers, the actual issue is with the one person that is willing to pay £90 for these, because that sets the precedent for the next people. Because the mindset of a scalper is very simple. They want to buy something and they want to make money from it. If they don't make money from it, they need to recoup their money back that they've spent. So whatever the price they list it at and what they actually end up selling for could be anywhere, depending on what people are willing to pay for it. And I said this about PS5s, and I've done a video about it, and I talk about it. And I actually have a friend, and I don't want to name his name, and he actually does this for a living. He actually he was doing the PS5 craze. He then went out and bought loads of hot tubs over summer, garden furniture. He was doing grey paint, fence paint, because that was all sold out everywhere at one point. He buys LOL dolls, and he is the pure definition of a scalper. And if he was here, he would defend himself. Like, you know, I've had many discussions with him. I'm like, it's your fault that, you know, this is happening, and we sort of have a bit of a laugh about it. He even has gone as far as to, he subscribes to a service where he gets a bot software, I think called Carnage, and he goes online and he purchases stuff like through Amazon, because Amazon have no limit orders. So if 10 ultra premium boxes become available on Amazon website, if your bot is there first, it will fulfill all 10 of them or whatever. So he does that for a living, and we have conversations. Now, he's a really nice guy. He's he's just like, look, if I don't do it, someone else can do it, so I might as well do it, you know. And he's actually managed to give up work doing it. Now, I've seen the plus and the negative sides of that. When he bought all the PS5s, he was raking it in. But then when the next shipment of PS5s come into stock, all of a sudden you had all these scalpers that had these PS5s, which owe them £500 each. And all of a sudden you could buy it from Argos for $495. So, and they had them up for like $650, $750, $850, whatever. All of a sudden there was a race to zero. Who could, who's willing to wait it out? Who's willing to sell their stock as quick as possible to get their money back? Because when you make an investment like that, when they're buying 10 PS5s, which cost 500 each, that's £5,000 that they've got to stump up front. Now, there's only so long before you need that £5,000 back, whether it's on a credit card, a 0% APR, whether it's your own personal money, whether you've got bills to pay that month. At some point you need that money back. If you don't, then you're in a very fortunate position. So they have to sell those PS5s, and then they have to try and recoup their cost back. Now, what tends to happen straight away is that they reduce the price. And if no one is willing to pay even that reduced price, they have to reduce it further. Then they have to reduce it further, and then eventually they try and sell it for what they paid for it, or less. You'll see some people try and sell them for like $485 when really they're $495 in the shops. Now, this happens all the time on Facebook, all the time on eBay. People reduce their prices to sell items. I've just gone through it. All these F1 cards, they were, you know, they were selling for quadruple what they're currently at now, and they've dropped right down, and now they're starting to come back up again. Now, obviously, I'm in a fortunate position that I was buying them while they were cheap, collecting the set, and now I could probably sell one card to pay for, you know, 10 or 20 cards that I purchased. So I'm, you know, but that, again, I didn't buy it for that purpose. I bought it because I actually want one of each card. So, you know, I wish I bought more, I suppose. But that's the mindset. So these people, they're not, in my opinion, they're not evil. They're not scumbags. They're not like the lowest form of society. They're just normal guys trying to make some money. And my issue and my fault is not with the scalper itself. Now, in this scenario, these images that I've got up on display here, and I've tried to blank out everyone's names and their pictures, so like no one gets demonized. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm not trying to show anyone up or belittle them in any way. Some of them have got valid points. Some of them are just like they're just venting. They've probably gone to their store, they couldn't get hold of any, and now they're angry. Yada yada yada. So, you know, we've got, at this point, I'm the scalper, yeah? So I'm the scalper in this scenario. People commenting saying, on my Pikachu VMAX collection box, meanwhile, some kid is missing out and you're scalping them and putting them up for 40% markup. Nice one. Someone's put, F this guy. Literally, he was on another page begging and calling out for an ultra premium collection for his son. The audacity. Don't really surprise me, full of scumbags. I have a perfect condition celebration ETB minus the boosters and blah, 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 blah. And then someone even put, he was going to sell his ETB unless you're Glenn Hammond. So he was basically saying, I refuse to sell anything to Glenn because I hate him so much. And then someone's commented saying, I'll buy it off you, and I can assure you I'm not Glenn Hammond. And he's had to put a picture of himself to prove that he's not me. Like, so the level of hatred that people have shown me at this point because of this post, because I've bought this product. Now, if I'd bought this product and I'd sold it in 3 months' time when it's all sold out for 90 quid, people will probably snap this up. And that's my opinion. But I've never been good at holding product. You guys may know that. I've had tons of products in my shed and in my garage, and I've not kept any of it. The only thing I've kept is that Champion's Path. And sometimes I look at that and think, oh, I wonder if it's got a Zard in it. So yeah, so that was like the first lot, and I didn't expect how much hatred I would get. Someone, I won't go into it, someone gave us a story about, they were saying, like, you know, why people got the time and effort to do this when there's other stuff going on in the world. And he mentions about his son having an issue with his lungs at the hospital. So I hope his kid gets better. I hope he gets well soon, obviously. So yeah, you know, like, and then obviously that now, so people have now wrapped up like their actual what's going on in their life involved in this Pikachu VMAX box up for sale for 90 quid. So now there's emotion involved. So now anger's riling up, like people getting really riled up about it. So again, this obviously aims at a lot of hatred towards me personally, because obviously they think I am making money out of their precious hobby that they're into, which is, you know, right. So a lot of people were calling for admins to get involved. And this wasn't just on one group. I'm showing these comments. I actually posted this post across about 6 different groups, and I'm just showing you one. So I honestly, the amount of hatred, I had some messages, people saying they wanna, you know, punch me in the face. People saying, oh, you're ruining the hobby, you're a scumbag, you're trash, you're this, you're that, and the other. And I won't demonize anyone for that, that's fine. But an admin, people were calling for an admin. They said, can you please ban this guy? Now, I've been in these Pokemon groups for 18 months, and I plan to be in them for many years going forward. because they're a great source of knowledge, and you know, if you want to buy something really rare, some people don't put them on eBay because they don't want to pay the fees. So anyway, so I plan to stick around for a while, but people were calling for me to get banned. Can you please ban this guy? Can you please stop this guy? Why are admins allowing this? And this was one of, and I won't name this admin, but this is the admin's response to my post. And now other people are getting involved that obviously monitor the page. So I don't know if you guys can see this clearly. You might want to pause the video if you want to read it. Everything I'm saying is factual, and you can check the times and whatever. It said, Glenn Hammond, I think you may need to check your prices, man. Nothing wrong with selling in line with eBay solds, which for your information is 65 to 70-ish. All in. Getting a few complaints, poor after moaning that you couldn't get a UPC in shops for your son, and so on. For everyone else, sales posts are allowed as long as timestamp, pictures and clarity in pricing and fees, which I met all the criteria. If these rules are followed, then people can ask whatever they want for it. Now, this is where the admin obviously has this sort of discussion with several people, I assume, because he answered it perfectly. Everything that I was thinking, you know, yesterday morning when I was thinking about what should I do with these V boxes, in brackets he's put, not that anyone will pay it. If it's just priced high, then unfortunately it doesn't break any rules. So again, I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not doing anything wrong. Even on Facebook's own admin rules, I'm doing everything correct. But yet the hatred towards me is, you know, it's just there. Someone put, why are you trying to sell them? Open them up and give your packs to your son. You know, seeing as you really wanted that UPC for him, I'm sure he would just be as happy opening those packs instead. After all, they are the same packs. And you are right. That person is right. My sons went absolutely nuts. And there'll be a video on that in the next couple of days. I commented saying, yeah, we opened 3 last night. Now, I tried to not get involved in any hatred or hate speech because I knew what I was doing. I knew that this video was going to be made. So I knew that I was, you know, what I was trying to achieve. So obviously these don't, so that's why I'm not putting their names up, because if they had known what I was trying to achieve, they wouldn't have put their honest feelings on there. And then, but the trouble is, I put that and then people were clocking on, hang on a minute, he's got 3 for sale, he opened up 3 last night, so he must have bought 6, oh, so he's cleared a whole store out, blah blah blah. All I read here was, I couldn't get what I wanted, so I'm going to stop others from getting what they want. This is poor form. And I commented actually, because then I felt guilty, like, oh yeah, other people want these boxes. So I was commenting, trying to give people like the nudge. Like I was like, look, there's 10 of these in Doncaster in the game store, you know, if anyone wants them, go there. Glenn, you bought 3 to scalp off, not far off double RRP, which is the exact reason you couldn't get a UPC. Notice the irony, and I've commented saying, I don't hate anyone for scalping or trying to make money. I'm just here in my lane trying to make some money back so I can trade for more Pokemon stuff. If it annoys anyone, I apologise. I'm just focusing on my lane. Someone said your lane is trash. Someone put, yeah, you must have bought at least 4. So this is people starting to figure out now, like, hang on a minute, you know, what's he done here, sort of thing. Opened 3 and then left 3. Isn't that 6? People put, sick of scalpers effing the community. Sucks as Glenn had good rep. Now shows what he's a part of the community for. Disgusting. Now I took this as a compliment, because obviously, again, I had no intention of selling these boxes. So the fact that he said Glenn had good rep, I didn't know that. I was like, oh, people will obviously think highly of me. And that actually received 5 comments, so pluses or whatever. So I've got 4 UPCs for sale. Anyone want 800 quid plus VAT for them? Wasn't this the guy that sold the McDonald's packs for 15 quid and then made a video how he justified it? And then I'll put video coming soon for this topic, so obviously I knew. And he said he also sold the 25th anniversary boosters without the promo packs for 140 quid each. I did actually sell the booster boxes for the new 25th anniversary Japanese set for 125. I paid 135, which again I've got proof of. So I actually sold them at £10 per box at a loss. All I wanted was the promo packs, and I made it very clear. So I was trying to buy the promo packs, but this person that I was in chat with, he said, no, I'm doing one promo pack per box and that's it. And I said, I don't want the 25th anniversary boxes. And he said, well, that's what they are, I'm afraid. So I bought them at full price and then I sold them at £10 cheaper, and I've included fees and postage, so I'm probably going to lose about £20 per box. And there was 8 of them, so yeah, I lost money on that whole experience. So if I was scalping, I'm very poor at it. But anyway, this is the actual reason where I'm going with this, and obviously this is now a 30-minute long video, so I do apologise. But I just wanted the reason why I have dragged on so long, and some of you may have switched off because the thing with a lot of these groups and that is that people don't want to hear any reason or rhyming. They just want to vent. So they just want to say, you're scum, and that's it. And when you sort of comment back or justify anything, they're like, no, don't want to hear it, don't want to hear it. You're scum. I'm good. You're scum. That's the end of it. Okay, fair enough. Well, I was never going to get through to those people anyway. But this is my issue right here, right now. This is the conversation that I started that post for. Yeah, I didn't do it for profit. Like I say, the boxes were open, so anyone messaging me at that point, they were already opened. It had already been done. Someone messaged me saying, and I've blanked out his name because again, I don't want to, put this person down or show him up or anything. They said, will you take 80 quid on one? Now, I commented back, and this is proof here that I clearly had no intention of making profit. This is me trying to talk him out of it. I'm like, hello, mate, can I just ask, have you tried one of your local game stores? They're £52.50. I know that's a random question. And he just said, no, not been able to get hold of any, to be honest, bro. And I said, oh, really? If you don't mind me asking, how comes you're willing to pay £80 a box? And then that was it. He didn't message me back anymore. But this is what... So out of this whole circle of issue here, this is the problem. The problem is that this person is willing to pay £80 for that box. They are willing. Now, if I went on the sales group and I reduced it down to £80, I wonder how many more people would message me. Would I get 5 messages, 6 messages? I don't know. Would I get 10? Would I get a load of people messaging me saying, yeah, I'll take 80 quid. And then I could say, oh, I've already been offered 80 quid. And then someone will go, well, and then FOMO kicks in and they'll say, well, I'll give you 85. So that is the issue. Now, there is a solution to all of this. And I learnt this like really early on. And that is that we all have the power to stop scalping. We all do. And this is, I say this at any walk of life. Yeah. If your petrol station is charging too much for fuel, what tends to happen is that petrol station gets really run down. It makes no money. And then eventually it closes. The only day that they make profit is when, like, we were running out of fuel the other week and they put their prices up even more and people have to pay it. And that's the one day that they come, whoa. But they've had years of running at a loss. And they tend to end up getting shut down. Hence why we actually live a lot off supermarkets, because they charge, obviously, rock bottom prices and they're the ones that are thriving. So this doesn't just apply to Pokemon. You watching this video, if you want to stop scalping, especially within the UK at least, because we're a small island and the product all comes from one distributor. Asmondi is the main distributor, or the only distributor in the UK that sell product legitimately. They then obviously expect people to sell it at recommended retail prices. I believe a lot of stores, what they do is they say if they get 5 ultra premium boxes, they will sell 1 or 2 on their website and they will stick the other 3 on eBay, but they won't stick it on under a name that is associated with their own branding or anything. It'll just be a random user with only 10 feedback or something like that. They will sell that, and I think a lot of YouTubers are doing that, and I think that a lot of one-man band Pokemon resellers are doing that, and I think they've been doing it for years and years and years, and that is the way to make money. And the plus side of that is that there's no face. A lot of people have shown me hatred because they have somewhere to vent and they can actually look and say, I hate that guy. Like, that guy there is making profits. I hate him. a random username on eBay, there's no, there's nothing to hate there. You can message them privately and say, I don't like that you're selling more, but they don't care, because a lot of the time their product sells, whether it's in this country or abroad. So that's an issue, but we all have the power to stop this, and that is to not pay over the odds. If all of us don't pay 80 quid for those boxes, very quickly, I would, if I was obviously planning on selling those profit, I'd have to quickly reduce it to 70. And then if they were in stock, I'd have to then reduce them down to 60. Now, I bought them for £52.50. So now I'm getting close to what I actually paid for them, minus goods and services fees on PayPal, and then minus eBay fees. But let's say you're selling them cash in hand. You've then got to go, the only route you can go down is selling them at almost a loss. You have to go, right, do you know what? I'm going to keep hold of them now for 6 months, 8 months until they sell out. Then I'll sell them again for a premium. And again, that's what a lot of scalpers do. But that means they've taken that risk, they've thrown that dice, and if they haven't got what they wanted for it, now they've got to sit on that stock for a long time, and they've got to wait. And for some of this product, especially when the hobby interest dies down, which I believe will happen around about February time, I think that Pokemon itself, collecting cards, the popularity is going to drop. Now imagine if you're sitting on 10 grand worth of cases and boxes, and all of a sudden there's no one to buy it. There will always be someone to buy it, but hardly anyone wants to buy it. Like these celebrations is a perfect example. The cards are just dropping in price. You can buy any of these cards now for 50p. You can buy this Professor's Research for £2.50. The only card that's held its value is this Golden Mew, but even that you could probably pick up for 45 quid. Now that means you can complete the complete base set. There's only 25 cards, 50p a card. You'll probably get £1 for the Pikachus for about £15. And then obviously the Mew, so then you're probably talking about 60 quid. So that's how much a complete base set of celebrations is worth at the moment, and it's my belief they're going to go down to that sort of prices. I've seen people sell the complete set, including all the reprint versions, for about £500. I bet, and anyone watching this video that's actually watched it right through to the end, I bet that this complete set will sell for about 200 to 250 within the next 3 to 6 months. That's my bet. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below. Please smash up the like button if you've liked this. I've put a lot of effort into this video, and I've taken a lot of hatred in aim for this video. But again, my main gripe is not with the scalpers. It's with the person that was willing to buy that box for 80 quid. Now, I have no hatred towards that person. It's just, if I can get this message across to every single Pokemon collector in the space, I believe that I could make it a better space for everyone. Because if we all collectively decided, right, do you know what? I can't get hold of an ultra premium box. If we all decided that the most you can get away with is recommended retail plus 10 or 20%, that is as high as the scalpers could go, because no one would be willing to pay plus 30%. And I was trying to get hold of an ultra premium box. I reached out to the communities. I posted it all over Facebooks. No one offered me one. I had several people messaging me saying, Glenn, would you like to buy my one for £400, £380? And I messaged quite a lot of people. I messaged about 10 people, and I said, I'm willing to pay about £280 to £300 for an ultra premium box. I want to open one up for a video, so I have a different interest rather than just open it up. Obviously, I want it for this video, this YouTube channel. But that's, in my opinion, those ultra premium boxes are worth about £300. And I come to that conclusion because I believe that the metal cards are worth, realistically, 150 quid for the pair. And obviously then there's 18 packs, I believe, in there of celebrations, which at £5 a pack, I can't work out what that was, but it was something like 150 quid. So I come to the conclusion that it's worth about 300 quid. So I didn't want to pay any more than that. And I'm not going to offer people 380 because then I'm part of the problem. You know, and eventually, if all of us decide, no, actually, the most I'd be willing to pay is 250. That's 150 for the initial purchase, plus that'll be still be almost 100% profit, 80% profit, something like that. But if we all collectively, as a community, agreed that we wouldn't pay more than a certain percentage over retail, that would eradicate all scalping problems that exist, especially within the UK. Now, this is a small YouTube channel. This isn't going to get to every community, and a lot of people don't watch YouTube videos. And some people are rich and they just think, yeah, do you know what? I'll pay £500 for an ultra premium box because I can. And they set the precedent. They set the precedent. But obviously, barring those few exemptions, the majority of the community, if they then decide the boxes are 150, I'd be willing to go 30% above that, or 20%, whatever that may be. So that'll be another 30 quid on top. So then those boxes are only worth 180. That's it. They'd have to drop to 180, and there will always be people that will try it at 200. And then you message them and say, will you accept 180, 185? And then they'll say, yeah, okay. And then that is the precedent. So my issue is with the people buying them at these prices. And you have to say, although there's a lot of hatred for people that are making profit in this space, if they don't make profit here, they'll go somewhere else. And you know, and it'll be the same problem there. And then whatever it is they're doing, say whether it's, I don't know, hot tubs again or whatever in summer, or now we're coming up for Christmas, it'll probably be loads of Santa-themed things, or, you know, Christmas, whatever the latest trend is for, I don't know what the trends are for Christmas presents this year, they'll move on to that. And at that point, it will be parents or whatever that decide, right, okay, let's say the latest trend is yo-yos. I was trying to buy a yo-yo for my son the other day. If the trend is yo-yos, all these scalpers are going to go out and buy all the latest trend of yo-yos, and they're going to sell them for 3 times what they paid for it. And it'll be the parents that decide then, well, the most I'd be willing to pay for a yo-yo is £2.50. And guess what? The scalpers will price all their stuff at £2.50 or £3. So I believe that as a community, we should all come together and actually agree on, okay, if an item is sold out, there is a premium to be added to that because it is now sold out. I'd be willing to pay this for it. And that would eradicate literally probably 80% of all the problems that are out there with scalping. So what do you think? I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. I'd love to get a conversation going. I'm actually going to put this on all the Facebook groups, and I know obviously a lot of people are going to show hatred, and maybe they'll feel like, especially the people that commented, they'll feel like I've tricked them or something, or I've done something against the admin rules. I don't know. So I may face more hatred for it. But I just wanted to literally prove a point that it isn't the scalpers that are the problem. If you're sitting there at home going, oh, these scalpers are really winding me up, I hate them, it's not them. It's you should be posting comments educating the next person to say, hey guys, do not pay this price for product. If no one pays that amount, they will reduce their prices. They will. Just have faith that they will, because I know they will. That's how the world works. And some people do that. I see some people that they don't post hate, they just comment saying, hey guys, do not pay these prices, you can buy these in Smiths for da. And I see that, but I don't see it enough. I only see it like once every now and then. The rest of it is all hatred for scalpers. And then obviously there's the scalper side of it, where they're reading those comments and they're going, what do they know? And you see it a lot. They comment saying, what do they, oh, you don't know nothing, mate. You don't know how the world works. Because obviously they're just trying to make money. They're just trying to do a daily grind, as you are in your job. If you're in car sales, you're selling cars. It doesn't cost Renault 20 grand to make a car. It costs them like 3 grand, but they charge 20 because that's what people are willing to pay for that car. So it happens in all walks of life. But if no one bought that Renault at 20 grand, guess what? Renault would sell it at 15. And that's how the world works. And the only way that will ever happen is if everyone together collectively decides, this is the most we're willing to pay for this product. And that could change the world, you know, because and I believe that to be true with anything, not just Pokemon. So I don't know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you disagree with me, if you feel that I've said something and I've not communicated it very well, or I've communicated it wrong, please get in touch with me. If you're new to this channel and you've never seen my channel, please click subscribe. I do Pokemon and F1 products. If agree or disagree, either smash up the like button or the dislike button. I'd love to see within a week or so, like the difference, the tally difference of who has liked this content and who hasn't. Maybe if it's a popular topic, maybe we'll talk about it more and have more discussion, and maybe the more videos I do about this, maybe the more it will educate people in this community in particular, and therefore it would actually help the space. I don't know. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. Please get in touch. Thank you for listening to me ramble on for so long. For me to get my point across in a very clear and fair way, that has taken me about 3 days. So this is a 3-day long video. I'm still haven't got the Ultra Premium box. I'm hoping that I can get hold of one very soon. You know, and I'm not willing to pay over a 4x for it. So hopefully I can get it at the price I want to pay for it. I'm not going to go above that. And I'll hopefully be doing a video for you guys soon, opening one of those up. But that's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.